Welcome to my apiary. I got my little fencing project done. I unhooked the big truck here from the big trailer because I'm going to go collect pails. I need to get pails off in order to move my bees and do treatments. So I have to grab some plugs and clean a few things out of the back of the truck. And then I'm going to head over to the out yard, grab 36 pails, 32 pails, and hopefully they all fit in the truck. I'd use my black trailer. My black trailer with the sides is a great trailer for that kind of thing because it's so close. It's only a few miles, back roads. I just set the pails in there and drive home. There's no strapping things in. There's no blowing my load in the ditch or anything like that. But it's rained so much that the black trailer is kind of out in the middle of a lawn with some muddy area in front of it. I'm pretty sure I could do it without getting, irretrievably stuck, but I would make a heck of a mess. So I'm going to leave that trailer where it is. I'm going to head over there with the truck. We've got the canopy on the truck, so same thing. The pails don't blow away while they're in transit. And then we'll get them set up so I can move them home. I got to get them home. I'd rather treat at home. It's much easier. So I need to get them moved. I need to get my bees home. I've got 64, 66 probably to move home. And that'll be on the big trailer again. So I'll take that. I have to hook that back up and take that over there when the time comes. So anyway, here we go to get some pails. Okay, I'm going to try and pick up some pails here. Got the smoker lit because I don't know what to expect here today. I'll set the camera up here. You can see what I get since I don't know what I'm going to get. The smoker's having a hard time. It was in a pail outdoors and it rained a bunch last night, and the smoker's fine, but there was a couple inches of water in the pail, so the bottom of the smoker had water in it, but it has fresh fuel, so it should be okay. So I'm getting along pretty good here. The bees are behaving themselves. I smoked each feed hole as I took the pails off, but I didn't really need to. You see, I've left feed plugs out of a few, and that's because occasionally under the pail they have a bit of a cluster. And I just took that pail off, that's why they're clustering there. So I leave them be. Always makes me chuckle. Until I collect the pails. And they mostly go down. Sometimes they go completely down. I'll gently put that plug in. And that's not a problem. They just don't like the cool air. So they will make their way down. Because under this pail, there's a little gap. And that is more or less part of the hive. So they just kind of spread out here if they want. But then when you change that dynamic, then they realize that this isn't home anymore. We better go down inside. Left to their own, they'll likely cover that up with propolis in time. And it doesn't take them long either. So I've got a few to go. This apiary is just a disaster. So I'll put 60 on there. And that'll leave capacity on the next skid. put those little pieces of wood on there to keep the pails from sliding around. And then when I store them, I'll show you here. When I store them upside down because I wash them, so I store them upside down so any water has a chance to run out. Not that I think it's a big problem. And then I'll run some stretch wrap around the whole thing, just a course or two of stretch wrap, and then I can carry that around with the tractor to store it, and then I can carry it back to the apiary in the spring with that stretch wrap. You can see the little pallet, or the pallet of small pails here. That has the stretch wrap on it because I didn't use them all. I used about a course or so of those, and yeah, and that works great. So I gotta stop stalling here and do this. It seems like it's starting to just rain a little bit, maybe. I see in the distance. It's a very dreary day. It's just hinging on cold. So I'm looking at probably 10 degrees still, which is fine for work, and I'm still sweating. I'm a Canadian, so anything above minus 40 and I sweat. I just sweat at minus 40 if I'm dressed right. So anyway, goose hunting going on in the distance. All right, so back to work. The field, I got the feed plugs off. I can't even talk, it's so cold. So I got the feed pails off, plugs in. It was ever cold out here. Look, this is the beauty of what I used to call a full-size bed. A lot of people don't call a 8-foot bed a full size anymore, but this doesn't even go to the front. There's 66 feed pails in here. I wasn't sure I could do that. There's the lineup in this yard. I've been to the other yard already. So all of my feed plugs are in. All of my feed pails are off. And I feel good. Next is to move these guys home and get some treatments on. We're getting, was it the 14th of October, so it's plenty late. But boy, it's 10 degrees and windy and just raining a little bit, and oh, it's cold. I'm so cold. And we're gonna go home, have a bowl of soup maybe. Have fun. Well, instead of going in for a bowl of soup, I'm gonna go in for a bowl of soup now. I decided to unload the truck and bring all the pails from the apiary. So I got a whack of gallons back there. I got 139, 2.5 gallons on here. And now I just need to fill the sinks and wash and rinse and whatnot. That'll take me a while. It's a good rainy day, cold day job. It's a good job for a day like today. But, I had to go get them. So, heater's going on in here, trying to keep the place warm. So, I'm going to go and close the door and park the truck and go for that bowl of soup. Well, for a cool and dreary day, I've gotten a lot done. And it's all been outside, except for eating twice. I did that inside. Just thought I'd share with you what I'm doing now. Turn the camera around here and I'll show you. You can see I'm sitting on my little tractor. And this is the apiary, or what's left of it. I'm kind of, I don't know, not half done this job, but I'm well into it. So I've got my colonies. A few of them are sitting on these stands. Okay, so all this side of the apiary is all sitting on stands. And I'm taking the colonies, and now here's one of your principles that, people say move your bees 2 feet or 2 miles. You can put them anywhere you want if they've been indoors for a couple of days, and it's been cold and rainy for a couple of days. So what I'm doing is I'm stacking them up. Oddly enough, I can do my oxalic acid vapor from from the side of the colonies. If you've probably seen me do that in previous videos. I don't have to feed them anymore. That pail had a little bit in it yet, so I left it on there. And when winter comes and it comes time to move them in, they're already stacked exactly the way I need to grab them to move in, so that makes that process a lot faster. The top ones I don't have to bend down as far to do oxalic acid vapor, so you know that's 150 colonies. If I'm doing half of them just standing erect, then that's 75. The other thing is the stands. We may get a pretty good freeze before I move in, and I don't want these stands to freeze to the ground. If these freeze to the ground, I have a hard time getting past it to get the next pair of hives. And next spring, then they're froze to the ground, and I won't be able to, you know, put new hives on them with the tractor very easily. It'd be very difficult. I could do it, but that'd be a lot of work, a lot of manual lifting. So I'm putting the stands on some cheps over here. I can get 5 high pretty nicely, and so I'll just stack them up there. I'll leave them here at the side of the apiary. If they freeze to the ground, that's fine. They will thaw out from the chep probably in enough time that I can distribute them in the spring when I move the bees out. So that is what I'm doing. And I didn't take any action shots. It's really hard to run the tractor and hold the camera at the same time. So I'll take another little shot here when I get farther along. So there we go. Stacked them up too high, so the apiary is half as full as it was. I got an odd number here though. But one other advantage to doing this the way that I do it is that I've got the little mower deck on the tractor, and I leave the mower deck running as I work, and I end up with a nicely mowed apiary when I'm done. Lots of buzzing going on. Bearding, they're stirred up a little bit. I got them pretty close together. I don't think that matters at this point of the game. Doesn't seem to hurt them in the summer. So anyway, I'll leave them for the night. I've just placed these over here. They need to be consolidated, so I'll just lift that box up on there. Same thing over here. I got one here and I got one over there. So anyway, well, that's it. That's it. When feeding is done, then we stack up for the fall. So, how beautiful green that grass is. Anyway, gotta go in now. It's getting late, running out of daylight. So have a great day and have fun.